I really enjoy junctioning as well. Draw sucks. It's really bad, but it gives us junction. I love this cutscene. He's like, he gets a fish and he's like torn between his catch and just like he's like, okay, yeah, I gotta go. Nope, I'm being 100% serious. It's 100% the best remaster / port we've ever gotten of a Final Fantasy game, hands down. No other game has done such a true to form port of the game ever. It's always something changed or missing or off. Like with FF10, the facial expressions being gone. FF7 and 9 have huge menu issues. Oh my god. So unbearable with the menus. FF6 and 5 on Steam, what a joke. Now the PSP versions of 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are all great, but those are remakes. Those are complete changes of the game's style and systems. So those aren't remasters, those aren't ports, those are remakes. Same, the GBA versions of 5 and 6 are pretty awful. We just said that. The problem with 10, it has the least amount of problems. 10 does. The problem with Final Fantasy X's port is that the HD remaster takes away dynamic facial expressions, which is a huge issue for like story power. You might not notice it, a lot of people don't, but those that do are just completely thrown off by it. Because, Johnny, it's the most true to form port we've ever had. It is 100% in all ways Final Fantasy VIII in terms of menu smoothness, mechanics, everything, just with a nice little HD paintbrush over it. It leaves some gaps open, makes a couple things look a little awkward because you kind of get to see through a different lens where they kind of used clever programming in the PlayStation version or whatever, but it's nice. Yep, yeah, that's exactly, yeah, it says now, you know, dynamic facial. I'll get the box, actually. Characters with voices, real-time facial expressions, complete 3D environments, newly designed battle system. Real-time, like, it shows Yuna's like, kind of, not really a scowl, but like an intense, like, we're gonna do it kind of. But FF10 remaster, HD remaster, they're just talking mouths. They're just like, man. There's no expression there. This one obviously didn't have that to leave out, which gives it an advantage, but they should have put those in. That's a big part of Final Fantasy X's storytelling. Question! Cards and weapon magazines in this area, please let me know. Oh, there's also some menu lag on Final Fantasy X HD Remaster, much like 7 and 9's PC ports. Those aren't remasters, they're just ports. You get this like stiff menu where like you can't like go through it really quickly and smoothly because it's made for mobile versions, which is meant for tapping on screens. So like when you play Final Fantasy 7 and 9, not HD, there's no remaster of 7 and 9, only ports. When you play Final Fantasy 7 and 9 on PC or even Switch, this is the fastest you can do the menu. This is the fastest you can go, like holding it down. With this game, it's super freaking smooth. Just like PlayStation. No menu issues. No like delay, no freaking input loss, no nothing. It's just a damn good straight FF8 port with a nice HD brush. The 2D pre-rendered backgrounds are slightly smoothed out to be a little bit more visible, but yeah, you're gonna get the same kind of awkwardness you get with the 7 and 9 ports to PC, but not as bad because they have been touched up a little bit, unlike FF7 and 9. The cutscenes have been smoothed over a little bit to give a better color correction, especially on rounded edges, and all the 3D models have been enhanced. Only okay, Quetzalcoatl. What does the Quetzalcoatl card give for refinement? I don't think doing Queen of Cards quest in like is a worthy endeavor. Like it's a lot of time spent doing triple triad. Plus it forces rule changes. Why I like toast? Because I like toast and butter, and I like bread and jam. That's why. Hey man, welcome to our world, man. We don't like fighting, man. What's my favorite type of pie? Pumpkin pie. Gabalian soldiers. Yo, shiny metal. Thank you for 3 years, dude. Thank you. Noctis Lucis Kylum gave a scathing review of all the haters of the new remake. Oh? Oh? This is the best official version of FF8. Better performance, better models, better audio, OST soundtrack, and smoother transitions. Also have no problem with 4:3 aspect ratio, as this was the original aspect ratio was meant to play under this aspect ratio. Stop complaining about this issue, you just little whiny bitches. Yes. Yes. I agree. Is that like Ray Chase Noctis, or like some kind of like parody Noctis account? What does Irving get you? What is Irving and Quetzalcoatl? Quetzalcoatl seems like it could be like Thundaga type stuff. Irving is gonna be a powerful card or not, one or the other. FF8 remake that's still turn-based? Yeah, me too, man. FF8 remake that's still turn-based. Yo, Kantala with the 4 months. Thank you very much for 4 months resub. Lost Odyssey had an okay battle system, yeah. Yeah, people be like, we want nothing changed, just give us an HD paintbrush over our game, and then they do it, and then they complain, right? Nothing changed. Just every 3D model has been updated with a new model, and it looks really nice. After that, all the 3D areas have been updated as similarly, and then any 2D imagery or cutscenes have had like a minor like color correction type things. Speed plus 40 and refines into 50 triples. Rocket engine. Is that the Irvine gives 3 rocket engines? Wow. That's nice. That's actually nice. Now, to get the Queen of Cards quest up to this point, what all do you need to do? Like, where are you doing triple trying to get to that point? Like, I imagine that's a lot of triple trying to get here. Because, like, to me, I'm thinking, well, Quista's card is very easy to get, and so is those tornado cards. So it's like, well... A lot of bullshit. Yeah, that's what I figured. So, Queza giving us 100 Dynamo Stones. What do Dynamo Stones do? That sounds like, could be okay? Thundaga. Okay. That means you gotta do a lot of rule spreading. I'm not interested. So, for my purposes, in terms of like just being OP and having fun with the game, I'd want to do what's like bare minimum required to be OP. And I'm kind of exploring the game to get that feeling. Because I know some things, but not all the things. I want to say there's a magazine here on the dock or something. Maybe it's just a weapon shop. Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about, is the cards. Mesmerized Blade, I can get that. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, the Irvine card. Yeah. It's 50 triple, 150 triples, or the plus 40% speed thing, which are both great, but I don't think it's I don't think it's worth doing the Queen of Cards quest this far to get it. Because you're gonna screw up your rule set for one, and two, it's so much triple triad just to get to this point. But I don't think there's any weapon magazines here. Well, I already have 180 triples from Quest this card. Speaking of things, I wanna do some testing here. I need to think about some stuff here. Okay, let's read this. You can use limit breaks more frequently under aura. What? What? Oops. Sephiroth! Oh my god. It's Smirnoff. Thank you for the 8 months, dude. Thank you. Hey, my pay got increased. How about that? I'm really fast, yeah. I speed read. Gwent better than Triple Triad? Gwent was pretty cool, but I think it was flawed. It felt rather basic, I guess you could say, but I didn't really get too deep into it. Right, yeah. So basically the Queen of Cards quest is just not worth it. Like for 100%ing, sure. Well, maybe one of these days I'll get all cards. One of these days, maybe. Chubby Kokobo, Doom Train, and Phoenix. Okay. My problem with this game is the rule resetting is just such a pain in the butt to deal with. All cards Fiesta incentive? I will tell you that we've already discussed all the incentives for the Fiesta. And we have written down early forms of everything, basically. Like they could on all account be the final form. We don't know yet. We'll be talking more next week. Literal 100% opposite. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Mango, I used to be that way. I used to like need to get everything and go down every path and get every chest. But when I kind of realized the amount of effort and that necessitates that sort of gameplay, I realized how much time I was wasting just not playing the game. And I stopped enjoying over completion, you know? like over completion, where it's like I have to get everything just cause, even though it's not going to serve me any purpose. It's kind of like how people bank 100 elixirs by the end boss and then they still don't use any. They're like, I don't know, I might need these 100 elixirs later, and I'm just like level 15. Oh shit, I'm about to die and I'm out of potions. I'm just going to use this elixir. Like, I know I can get through the game without elixirs, but I'd rather not game over and waste a lot of my time, you know? I just kind of had it's just like a self-realization thing that was I really needing to do all these things or get all these things or do all that stuff? Was I really getting any value out of it, you know? Yo, what's up, Caliber? It looks good. It is good, man. How you been? I don't need to talk. I think I need to go talk to the top. I need to go to 4-3. You're 3 states in E7? Oh, 3 slates. Wait, you still have 3 slates? Oh no. I think it's Twitch, because it's nice and smooth for me. Tend to be the luckiest person in the world and get the elixir drops all through the casual plays. Yeah, I get that mentality, like, oh no, what if I need it later? What I did with one of my slates was give it to, like, the first imprint is always the most valuable one, so I gave my first one to Dizzy, because she's a limited unit. I'm not going to be able to imprint her ever again. So, that made sense to me. You know, I would give my current slate to Judge Kisei, if, you know, when I get her. When I inevitably have to freaking use my selector for her, because I can't get her on the Mystic pool with 5,000 Mystic tokens. I'd like to get Ruel with the selector. Why is this the best FF port? It is the most true to form, straight up FF8 version. Because it is FF8 through and through, mechanics, menus, snappiness, everything, but with a prettier picture. Plain and simple, makes it the best port ever. Multiple channels, yeah, so it's a Twitch issue. Yeah, that's something you typically have to refresh for, and if you have other media playing like games or music, it can influence it stronger. I mean, I played this game when it was new, Wild Zero. I'm a retro, I'm an old gamer. I'm 36 years old, be 37 in a couple months. I grew up with Atari and Nintendo and PlayStation and Super Nintendo. These are all my childhood / teenage games, you know, year games. And I can tell you, if people are complaining about this game, they're just entitled assholes with their heads so far up the ass they haven't seen the light of day in years. You know? It's just nitpicky nonsense that is completely irrelevant to the vast majority of the gamer pool. It's like so specific to their outlook that it's just, they think that's the way the world sees it, and it's just like, no, you're one person out of millions that are so happy for this remaster. Because it doesn't, it annoys you specifically in one tiny little regard. It's like the end of the world. Where the other millions of gamers like don't even care about that issue. It's honestly, it's not even that. It's people that are complaining about the Siren Bush censorship and Renoa's V-neck plunge censorship, basement versions with sweat stains and Cheeto stains, and FF haters who are so ready to hate on anything modern FF, completely uninterested in anything modern Final Fantasy does or Square does. These are the same type of people that absolutely hate Final Fantasy 15 just because it's not turn-based or because it's LOL boy band simulator, even though Final Fantasy 15 is such a wonderfully crafted, excellent game. It's modern and not turn-based, thus bad, so let's hate everything Final Fantasy. That's all it is. It's just like haters, straight up haters, because it doesn't appeal to their direct sensibilities, ignoring all accounts of anything else regarding like game polish or anything. I have yet to hear like any significant claim to this game's like lack of quality. The only thing are minor things like it only has 8 directional analog instead of 360 directional analog. Big frickin' whoop. No, actually, have you heard the Tifa debacle? The whole Tifa issue? How Tifa's new model, like super freaking idiotic morons are complaining and saying Tifa got nerfed down to a B cup when, first off, LOL, no she didn't. Believe me, that's not what a B cup looks like, considering, you know what, my personal history is irrelevant to this topic, but that's no, like, it's like people have never seen a woman naked in front of them in their entire lives. But like saying that it's censorship to do what they did with Tifa, which they didn't do anything with her, she just looks amazing. Yeah, sports bras squish, that's what sports bras do. But like complaining that, like making that the center of your argument just discredits your entire argument. And that's the same, it's in the same vein as the Tifa thing. It's they covered Siren's like vaginal pubic hairs, and that's a problem. And it's like, whoa, like what? Have a little like integrity, my friend. That is, it's just so silly. Yeah, well, I'm kind of encouraging people to ask about why this is a good port, and so that Tifa argument is going to come up a lot, because the people that are complaining about it are about this port just are so, it's so specific to their particular styles and gameplay. Like, for instance, a lot of speedrunners are complaining about this game because they notice the most mundane, insignificant thing because it's not this, and I can't do this very, very niche mod or something to it. And it's like, well, there's a PC version of this remaster, so yes, you can. But like, they spend 80 hours a week with the game, and so any type of tiny little nuance is going to like make them flip out. And guess what? You know, guess what? 99.999999999% of the population isn't. I'll give you a hint. It starts with speed and ends with runners. You know, they don't care. For a Final Fantasy VIII fan, or Final Fantasy fan in general, this is a true to form port of Final Fantasy VIII. It's pretty, nice little paintbrush has been washed over it to give it a nice little polish. Everything's been updated a little bit, but the game plays like Final Fantasy VIII, 100%, just like the PlayStation version, except for the unidirectional movement on analog. That's it. That's literally the only thing in terms of gameplay and smoothness and polish and snappiness of menus and everything. All of that. It's too slow. Yeah, there we go. In fact, I think actually the load times are faster on this because no discs. Yep, I love having this on the Switch. Let me tell you, being able to have this on the Switch and it's just on the go. Wherever I want to go is where Final Fantasy VIII is. Hell yeah. And I have that with 7, 9, and 12 now as well, and WAF. I think I want to go to the band area. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of CD payments while we're running around. Whatever. Being sensitive. Whatever.